Welcome back to the channel. So a quick video today. We're going to show you how to choose the right size filter for your pond based on the amount of water you have. So before you make a purchase, watch this video first because it can be a costly mistake to get it wrong from the start. If you're new to the channel, we have a members only online shop. Our shop is for existing customers or YouTube subscribers. If you like the videos and you'd like to subscribe, our members and subscribers to our shop get exclusive discounts for products across the range. But not only that, more importantly, they get our direct help to which products will work for you best. First bit of important advice, so before you even consider buying a filter or work out what filter and type of filter you need, I would suggest go and have a look at your pond and assess what type of pond you've got. So not in regards to it's a koi pond or it's a wildlife pond, I don't mean like that. So assess the amount of rubbish in the pond first. If you've moved into a house and there's a neglected pond and it's got loads of silt and leaves and all sorts of rubbish in there, so we get those customers quite a lot come to us for that. You can't put a new filter pump onto that pond without expecting it to block up constantly. What you need to do, see how much rubbish you've got. If there's a lot of rubbish in there, no matter what filter you buy, what size pump you buy or whatever, it's just going to block up all the time. First things first, so if you look at your pond and there's loads of silt in there, there's loads of leaves in there, or you put a net down the bottom and you pull up and there's a whole load of gunk down there, you just imagine, you know, filters aren't magic, they will block up quite quickly. Top tip, if your pond has a lot of rubbish in there, we'd recommend to have it cleaned out. If it's got to that point where it's unmanageable, or you're constantly having to pull your pump up and put it onto a shelf, your pump needs to be on the bottom, ideally in the deepest part. And the whole point of the whole system is as the dirt goes down, the pump catches it, sends it to your filter, and you can clean out your filter. Therefore, you've cleaned out your pond. Do yourself a favour, if you can afford it. If you can't clean it yourself, you know, we do pond cleaning, but there might be someone local to you that might be able to do it. Or even if you can get it done yourself, get it cleaned out. If it's not fully gunked up, and you know there's a bit of debris in there, but it's not too bad, try and net out as much as possible. We'll take out all the plants, etc. Get a net in there, just go around a few times, try and get all the larger bits out, because they're the bits that will block up your pump and filter first. So if you can, get it cleaned out. If not, maintain it first before you decide to put your pump and filter on. So a new filter system will work really well on a brand new pond, a pond which has just been cleaned out, or a pond that's well maintained. Okay, so let's have a look how we work out the filter sizes for your pond. So we do this for our customers all the time, so it's tried and tested. And we don't get much comeback because we're commercial, so if we start putting on the wrong size filters for people, we're just going to get calls all the time, and as a business it wouldn't work. So it's going to do nice and easy. We're going to do a pond scenario, so it's 5,000 litres, just say for instance, and we're going to do 3 versions. So one version's a wildlife pond without any fish, the next one's going to be an ornamental pond, you know, a bit of a mix, a few small goldfish and other fish, nothing too major, nothing too big. And then finally the last one will base it on a more of like a koi pond or a pond with large fish, and maybe moderately stocked to high stocking levels. So a wildlife pond, 5,000 litres, no fish. Just to give you a bit of leeway, we'd always recommend going for another half the volume added on to the main full volume. So 2,500 litres added to your 5,000 gives you 7,500 litre pond we'd recommend you filter for. Okay, so if you've got a pond with goldfish or just mixed smaller fish, a 5,000 litre pond as a minimum we'd always double up. So double up, go for a 10,000 litre filter as a very minimum really. So if you can afford more, go for bigger. Like I said before, you won't regret it. It will cost more, but you're pretty much future-proofing your pond. So 5,000 litre, double it up, go for a 10,000 litre filter bare minimum. Okay, so if you're going to have a koi pond, remember obviously they do grow bigger, they eat a lot more, and people tend to have a fair few of them as well, so it's nice to have quite a few koi in there, just to feel like you get your money's worth, so to speak. So 5,000 litre pond, we recommend to quadruple, again bare minimum. So you need to get a filter really that will basically handle at least 20,000 litres. If you can afford to buy a bigger one, honestly get a bigger one. You won't regret that either. So if you can afford a bigger filter, 20,000 litres minimum, and then recommended, you know, generally speaking in all filters, if you can, you need to get a filter that has some sort of drain on it, so it makes it a lot easier to clean, rather than a filter where you have to take everything out to clean it. You'll just end up getting a bit fed up with it after a while. You can buy some filters which kind of clean themselves a little bit, but they are a lot more expensive. And just remember, when you're building your pond, especially if you're going for a koi pond, the bigger the pond is, the even bigger the filtration system needs to be. So just bear that in mind when it comes to costs. So you don't really want to go and dig this massive pond and then work out you can't actually afford to filter it properly, because trust me, you're just going to get fed up with it.